Hey gang, what's going on? Welcome to James Walker Live. Sort of. So growing up in the late 80s and early 90s, there were a few movies that were constantly on the TV no matter what. And one of those movies was Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters was my favorite movie growing up as a kid, a movie that I watched time and time and time again. And it is a movie that I still watch to this day. Now, a sequel to this movie has been debated since the release of Ghostbusters 2 in 1990. And even though we got the 2015 remake, a true sequel to the original Ghostbusters has pretty much been in developmental hell. Ghostbusters 3 comes to theaters in summer 2020. Now, this announcement came out of left field, and all we got was a little teaser trailer and confirmation of when the movie will be released. Now, I for one cannot wait to see this movie. I've been a huge Ghostbusters fan since I've pretty much been able to walk. So I am really excited to see this movie. Now, the director of this movie isn't going to be Ivan Reitman, who directed the first two Ghostbuster movies, but instead it's going to be directed by Jason Reitman, his son, which I think is kind of cool. It's kind of like a following in your father's footsteps kind of thing. Now, I like the idea of Jason Reitman directing this because he can direct funny and he can direct drama. So I think this will be a good fit for the Ghostbuster universe. And Jason Reitman has been praised for his directing style and the movies that he has directed. Thank You for Smoking, Up in the Air, and that one movie where Ellen Page got pregnant by orange Tic Tacs. I think that's how it went. But now the question is, who is going to play the Ghostbusters? And even though I would love to see the originals don the proton packs in this, I think it's safe to say that that idea is kind of out of the question. And with the sad passing of Harold Ramis in 2014, I, for one, don't want to see the originals in those roles again. It's kind of like a puzzle with a missing piece. You can get the rest of the puzzle together, but without that missing piece, it's incomplete. And that's kind of how I feel about the Ghostbusters. Without Harold Ramis as Egon, the original Ghostbusters aren't complete. But I do have some ideas on who I would like to see in a Ghostbusters movie. One thing I want to say is that this list is not a this actor should play this character or this actor should play that character. These are just a list of actors that I think are really funny and can do serious and can do the action-packed stuff that comes with busting ghosts. So let's go ahead and get started. First up is Donald Glover. Now, Donald Glover I have been a fan of ever since I saw him on Community. And ever since Community, he has just kept getting roles and roles and roles offered to him. And he just keeps getting better and better with each role that he takes. And he is really funny. One of the funniest comedian actors out there to date. So I think he would be a really good fit in a Ghostbusters movie. Next up is Alan Tudyk. Now, Alan Tudyk, we know from the Firefly TV series, so we know he can do serious. He also is really good at funny from his stint on the TV show Powerless, and from several other movies that he's done, from Dodgeball to 28 Days. The dude can do comedy. And I think he is so versatile in his comedic performances. No two characters he plays the same. So I would really like to see his take on a Ghostbusters character. And that is why I think he would be a great pick for this movie. Next up is Danny Pudi. Now, I think Danny Pudi is an amazing actor. Again, another Community alum. He just excels at comedy. He could really play the comic relief in this movie. Now, I know they're all going to be comedic parts in this movie, but I think he would be the standout comedic part in this movie. And Danny Pudi is just one of those really believable actors. You can believe that this guy truly exists. This character is out there busting ghosts somewhere, somehow. So I think Danny Pudi would be a great addition to the Ghostbusters movie. And finally, we have Sam Rockwell. Now, Sam Rockwell is a really good comedic actor and an amazing drama actor. You know, this guy won an Oscar for his acting. So you know he can pretty much do anything. But I think Sam Rockwell would be a good choice because you kind of need a dramatic actor to carry this movie. Because you can't really forget that the Ghostbusters are doctors. And you have to pick someone who you feel would be a good psychiatrist, almost. And I can see Sam Rockwell sitting down with a patient trying to get to the core of their problems and trying to figure things out with them. And I can see him portraying a funny character in a Ghostbusters movie. So that is why I think Sam Rockwell would be a great pick for the Ghostbusters movie. Now, another actor that I really like that I think would be good in a Ghostbusters movie, almost in kind of like a Louis Tully kind of way, would be Bobby Moynihan. Now, a Saturday Night Live alum, I think it would be a great way to keep that tradition going of Saturday Night Live actors keeping the Ghostbuster universe alive. Because the original all started out in either Saturday Night Live or Second City. But I think Bobby Moynihan also channels Rick Moranis, kind of, with his facial expressions and his acting style. So that is one that I would really like to see in this movie. But there you go, guys. They're my picks for who I think would be a good fit for a Ghostbusters movie. Be sure to comment below, let me know what you think of my choices, and let me know who you think would be a good actor to put in a Ghostbusters movie. As always, be sure to follow me on Twitter at James Walker Show, and I will see you guys next time. Troy and Abbott busting ghost.